Right here. Just I'm showing you like this is right here is where I bothered it. This whole lower back section, like the top of this, my IT band feels a little tight. You feel how tight it is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I aggravated it today. This is the.
Ooh, already got a pot.
Ooh, this is like the sheet that Hasidic Jews use. They cut a hole in it and they fuck through it.
Well, that's a different podcast I do that I was going to invite you to.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is past this.
Get undressed, get under the sheets. Ooh, you're in for a treat. No, I promise this is not a dream. It's just a happy ending with Joy Eileen.
This podcast is sponsored by Fuck Yeah. Get in there.
Okay, and on the table is Josh Adam Meyers.
Hi.
Who has the fucking golden voice. I love your voice.
Thank you very much. Years of opiate use and then throwing up made my vocal cords sound like a garbage disposal.
Hear that, men? Get on that shit.
That's a throwing up, I think. Oh.
Yeah, the first time I ever physically talked to you, because I like to make things awkward, I told you I wanted you to read a book to my vagina.
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Yeah.
I've had a few people ask me that. Just like to leave them voicemails or it'd be like their outgoing voice message.
Uh-huh. You have a fantastic voice.
Thank you very much.
Now, okay, where do I want to start?
Yeah, figure it out while you get in there.
There's so much I want to talk to you about.
First of all, you're a trained professional, right?
Yes,
You're not just freestyling, are you? No. I just want to rub on Kirk Fox. So, I'm actually a hidden chuckle fucker, and I really, really just want to massage Rick Ingram.
Oh, okay. Nobody told you, right, that I have the biggest crush on Rick Ingram?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, good choice.
Is this the one that popped in my head?
Yeah, he's the one that he was like, I'll be on your podcast, and I'm like, no.
Oh.
No, thank you. No, I've actually been doing this 11 years.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's nothing better than a butt rub. Butt rub or head rub, because for years it was neglected on my body. For years, there's a lot of muscles on my body that have been neglected.
Yes.
But primarily my brain, because I put a lot of ketamine inside of it in the late 90s. This is what I need to start doing. I'm all over the place right now.
It's perfect.
How do you talk when somebody's working your lower lumbar?
You gotta figure it out. No.
Is that my lower lumbar right here?
No, this is your sacrum area. This is your lower lumbar, yeah. And then you have I'm going to go nerd for a minute. Thoracic, and then you have your cervical. Because, yeah.
What's usually the crunchiest?
It depends. Like, women are more of the neck, cervical area. Men are the more low back. It also depends on, like, what you're carrying. Like, I do a lot of the cops. So they wear all of the gear to beat people up with on their hips. So their hips are pretty bad. And then women, it's just their boobs because they're carrying those puppies around.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, comedians I've noticed though, a lot of you guys have like the upper back. Like every one of them I touched, I'm like, oh, what do you do?
I'm a mixture of lower back and upper back because I have heavy balls.
Oh, see?
It's a family curse. A gypsy gave it to my great-grandfather.
Your grandfather was fucked up.
At a Renaissance fair years ago. But it was actually, back then, that was the Renaissance, so it was just called a fair.
Big loads then, huh?
Oh, no, that's the thing. It's huge balls. They drip out.
Ah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The first guy I lost, well, I guess you only lose your virginity once. The first guy I had sex with, his balls were the size of cantaloupe.
What?
They were fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I had sex, and then he was like, you want to do it again? And I'm like, are we done with the first time? I didn't know.
Aww.
Because you read books, and sex does not happen the way books happen. Like, people that read my books, it doesn't happen that way. Just sorry. But I went and I told my mom. I was like, Mom, I finally had sex. And she's like, how was it? And I'm like, his balls were like this big. Is that normal? And she's like, no, sissy. I'm all, okay, good, because those were ugly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only see balls that I see in porno, and those are good balls, I guess.
I think they have to be. Like, you have the ball test, right?
What do you mean? Like, well, you definitely, I assume, to get hired, like in the interview process, they're like, all right, let's see your dick.
Right. And then you have to be able to...
That's the cold read, is the, all right, Jesus Christ. What are your lines? I don't know. Unzip your pants and flop your dick out. Yeah, it says flop. That's the direction. Flop it out. I wonder if that's in every porno script.
Oh my God.
The cable guy flops his dick out.
Or is it just like a sound effect?
The script. All right. Interior, Martha's kitchen. The plumber.
The pizza guy.
The plumber and Mrs. Fletcher talk about the sink. Suddenly, but I'm skipping a lot of dialogue, of course.
Of course, yeah, of course.
I'm just doing the direction.
I was
Suddenly,
wondering when the stepdaughter is going to come in.
this isn't that kind of porno, okay? we don't do incest in ours, even though for some reason in porno that's what people like.
That's what people in books like too.
People love stepfathers.
Uh-huh.
And like stepdaughters. That's like the big thing.
Huge.
It's huge right now.
And women are into male right now. Like there's a bunch of people who read the genre male, and it's women, and it's insane.
Oh fuck.
That's my elbow.
Oh wow.
I just wanted to come and say hi.
What is up, elbow?
So what's up? So you doing okay?
I'm doing this is terrific.
Did you work out today?
I did. I've been doing CrossFit for 5 years.
Really?
And the problem, and I think if there's people my age in their late 30s, the key to longevity, I think now I'm discovering it, is the recovery process, which is massages and stretching,
water,
lots of water,
ice.
Well, I do a lot of hot baths. I don't know if that's helping.
It's okay. So heat. Oh, my nerd's showing again. So heat you want to use like when you need to move, when you need to get going. You have the day ahead of you, and you have to be you. Ice is going to be your friend that heals you. Ice is going to be the one you want to do at night when you're fucking done with the day, and that's what's going to help you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a lot of ice.
Okay, well.
I have more hot. I like baths.
I get it. I like baths too, but ice will help you recover faster.
But heat is like, it feels so good.
It does. It's very comforting and soothing, and you're like, oh. But ice is gonna like fucking rock your world and help you. But whatever. That's just me working for a chiropractor for 11 years.
Out of all the comics you have massaged, do I have the most muscular back?
Yes.
Do I really?
Yes.
Who else?
Jason Rouse is pretty far or close behind you, though.
Jason Rouse?
Uh-huh.
The devil?
Uh-huh.
The devil's ripped? Ah!
Well, he does a lot of yoga and a lot of stretching. But I touched his IT bands and he screamed like a girl. And it's my favorite part of any podcast that I've done so far.
Well, that's the kicker. You're probably going to start to hurt me.
It was awesome. Like, I want it as my ringtone, where like somebody calls me and it's just, ah! Like, what the fuck is that? It's me doing my job.
What if it's like, all right, so actually the kicker of this is, the happy ending is me and Emily rape you with the dildo from the movie Seven, the sword dildo.
I've never seen that movie.
Well, there's a few listeners right now that got that. Found it funny.
Hopefully.
Ooh, how knotted is my back compared to the other people's comics you've touched?
It's pretty knotted. I've done a lot of like the door guys and like, so I haven't done too many yet. I'm trying to get a bunch of them before I release them.
Sure.
kind of what I'm doing right now. That's why I don't know what episode I'm on or what I'm doing. But it is funny, like, because I've been doing this so long, like, people need to be validated. They're like, is my back the worst back you've ever touched? Sure. Yeah, if that's what you need to feel better, okay.
No, I don't. I roll out a lot. I roll out and I use lacrosse balls.
I was just going to say, do you use the lacrosse balls?
Poor man's massages.
You know what? I haven't had a massage in 7 years.
Why?
If I'm going to lay down and give you an hour of my time, it needs to be worth it. And I haven't found anybody strong enough to fucking dig into me yet. So, I don't know. But I do the lacrosse ball all the time. I do the roller all the time.
Oh.
Listen to people make weird noises all the time. It's awesome. Now, what got you into CrossFit?
It was by my house. And I kept seeing people running. And so I was interested. And I used to spend like 5 hours, not 5 hours, but when I only worked, when I first started it, I had a night job. I only worked 2 nights a week at this bar. So I had like days available, and so I would go to the gym at like 24-hour fitness for like I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours, and I still wouldn't even be that tired. But you have to lift weights and then do cardio, because all I wanted was like a 6-pack. That was it. That's all I've ever wanted. I was like, I just wanted to get a 6-pack once.
Okay.
Not like a 1-pack. I wanted a full 6-pack once in my life.
And not one in your fridge.
And I wanted to take some pictures of me like naked.
Right.
And then be like, I'm gonna let myself go after that.
Been there.
Just eat butter. Eat like a stick of butter. So I stopped by there one day and I met the guy that ran it, and he was explaining what it was, and I said, when I get a 6-pack, he goes, if you do it, yeah. He's like, and I was just like, okay. So I started doing it because it was literally across the street from where I lived. Okay. So I could just walk there. I get so that. I could wake up 10 minutes before class. And I could just join in. Fuck. Oh, whatever you just did was like, that was so juicy.
I stuck my elbow in your butt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you massage my prostate? Like my rectum? Like. That's the kicker. You get fisted.
Dun, 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 dun. Happy ending. Didn't tell you who the happy ending was for, though.
So I've been doing it since February 2014.
Okay.
So 4 years, but 4.5, going on 5.
No, I get that, having somebody close. My niece, who lives right up the driveway, she's a certified personal trainer. And in fact, she just text messaged me right before I started massaging you, and she's like, "Work out tonight?" And she has everything. She has the tires. She has a kettlebell fetish, so we have lots of those. She has the ship rope because John works for the Navy and is an asshole and brought her some. And yeah, so we have the TRX. We have all of that, and for $5, she beats the shit out of me.
That's great.
But I don't think I would do it as often if it wasn't right up the driveway.
Yeah.
And then I stumble home.
I just love it. I love having having somebody tell me what to do.
Yes.
Because I'm not good freestyling. Ugh.
No, I like being, okay, Joy, we're going to do this. We're going to do 5 sets and go. I'm like, okay. Yeah, you don't have to think. You can just turn your brain off and be like, okay.
So what are you doing right now? What muscle are you rubbing right now?
This is the top of your traps. And then it's a little bit of the rhomboids, which are below the traps.
Sorry, no.
At work, I don't get to laugh when people make noises. I have to be professional. Well, kind of.
Who is the noisiest comic?
The noisiest comic was Sam Tripoli.
I bet his back is just so crinkly.
Oh my gosh. I was all, do you? You don't. I go, I can answer this question before I even ask it. I'm all, you don't relax. He's like, I never relax. I'm like, I figured. But yeah, he was noisy. You're getting there.
Well, it's because my back is so messed up.
It is. But you know what? At least you're taking, like, the precaution to keep it where it's not going to start getting worse. Just as long as you... I'm not a huge fan of CrossFit. I do a lot of massages with people who get hurt. And it's just, they don't pay attention to their form.
Yeah.
And they're so busy trying to beat their personal best that they're just not, like, either fully extending or not letting the muscles contract before they go back again, you know. They just don't do the right form, and then they get hurt. And then some of them... You don't do a point of contact, do you?
What's point of contact?
Okay, good. Point of contact is when you're doing, like, a snatch or a clean, and you pop the bar, like, right here on your hips to give you that extra oomph to get it up.
I don't do snatches. I do cleans, but I don't do snatches.
You don't do clean snatches?
No, I don't do... I do cleans, I don't do snatches.
Like,
My nose is so stuffed up if you couldn't tell.
that's good. It means your lymphatic system's moving.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do I always get my nose stuffed up when I get a massage? Is that
Your blood is going 3 times faster than normal.
why?
Just the way that your muscles are being pressed, and so your blood starts going faster, and then it starts dumping all of that lactic acid and everything in the lymphatic system, which runs right next to the blood system. And so you start draining. It's a good thing. Just make sure you drink water.
Well, pee it out?
Yeah. Because if you don't, you're not going to feel good tomorrow. You're going to be like, oh my God, I feel like I have a hangover or flu. And then I'm going to get the text message, fuck you, Joy, what'd you do to me? And then I'm going to be like, you didn't drink water. So I get that text message a lot. What do you
Really?
do?
So how much water do I have to drink?
Just enough where you're actually urinating and not holding it in. Just stay hydrated today. That's all. And you've already worked out, so you're not going to work out again, right? Okay, see, you're good.
It's just so hard to be entertaining right now. This is like getting like a dope haircut.
I just chopped my hair off. I was like, fuck it, take it all. I don't want it anymore.
You know what's good about that though? Making that decision? Hair grows back.
That's true. Not like a foreskin.
Oh, I feel all that lactic acid in my foreskin.
That's exactly where you should feel it. And this is
I want to be a reoccurring guest on this podcast.
I want you to be a recurring guest on this podcast.
This is the greatest. I never looked forward to doing a podcast in my life more than this one.
That's what I wanted. I even, like, Tony Hinchcliffe, I was like, hey. Well, Emily was like, hey, because I'm a big pussy and I hate bugging people. I feel like I'm annoying, so I don't like to bug people. So Emily's like, Joy's a big pussy. I'm like, it's not that big. But she was like, she wants you to be on her podcast. And you could tell he was like, And then she's like, yeah, she massages you. And he's like, oh, okay. Like, I'm cool with that.
You understand how many comedians you're going to get
I
to
hope
do this?
all of them.
You will. You will. Like, you're not going to ever want to have me back because you'll be like, I'm massaging Oprah Winfrey.
I'm opening for Oprah for president. Hell yeah.
You get in that butt. What is that called? What's the muscle of the butt?
Gluteus maximus.
Yeah,
gluteus minimus,
dude.
and piriformis.
Well, you don't have to show off. You could
I
have said,
told you my nerd shows.
could have said gluteus maximus.
Your glutes.
Do I have good calf muscles?
You do.
I have fantastic calves.
You do have fantastic calf muscles. Look at that.
It's just a big turkey leg.
Just a big handful of muscle.
I'm all calves and arms.
You do have nice arms too.
Yeah, calves and arms.
And voice.
And voice.
Yeah, don't forget your voice.
But the rest of my body looks like Judd Hirsch from Independence Day.
You're fine. Oh my God, I bet you get chuckle fuckers all the time, though, huh?
No, not so. Here's the deal. I prefer sleep over sex. I prefer my routine to not be messed up.
Okay.
So if a girl somehow makes her way into that equation, so be it. But for the most part, I just work, hang out with my dog, watch sports, and take care of myself. But I spend a lot of time working.
I get that.
And by the time I can really hang out with a girl, most nights I'm doing shows, and I just haven't, I don't know. I used to, but I never it's just something that, like, I had a lot of fun when I was younger, and if something happens. But I prefer getting a good night's sleep over fucking.
That makes me sad.
Why?
I don't know, because you're not the first person who said that. They're like, I'd rather sleep. I'm like, what the fuck is sleep?
Dude, I just don't want to work. I don't want to work to get laid. And that's all I really want some nights. You're just like any other person. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, but as a guy, do you have to work? I don't, especially right now with the boom. Like, there's so...
What boom?
There's so many people.
The boom.
Yeah.
The dick boom. There's so much dick out there.
No, it's the pussy boom. Like, all these girls, you know, because anytime I'm like, oh, I'm going to the Comedy Store, or, oh, I'm going to go do a show, blah, 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 here, they're like, oh, my God, are there any single comedians? And I'm like, yeah, that's all there is.
Where is that? What girls are asking that shit?
Like, all the ones are massage. I'm like, come with me. A bringer show. Fuck. I'm just going to do a bringer show of all single girls that I know and just be like, come on. I'll headline, and then all these guys can get laid. The audience will slowly dwindle as every guy comedian gets off. I'll be like, wait for me. I'm funny. Where are you going?
What are you working right now?
This is your hamstrings and your IT band.
How bad is my IT band?
Your IT band is tight, but most people's are because we don't really do a lot with it. And I don't know if you've ever tried to roll your IT band out. That's the most painful thing ever.
Yeah. What is the IT band?
Okay, so you have your ilium, which is part of your pelvis, and you have your tibia, which is part of your leg, and it's the band that connects your ilium and your tibia. So you asked, remember?
Yeah. That's great. My nose is so stuffed up.
That's awesome. See, you're going to feel so good. You're going to be like, greatest podcast ever.
I already am.
So what are you working on now?
I've got a few shows I'm out pitching, and I am working on my own. I have 2 podcasts about to launch.
Fun.
And that are going to be fantastic. I can't talk about them yet.
But they're fantastic.
Yeah. And then I'm working on my new hour, and that's it. I just enjoy life right now.
Good, as you
I work
should.
and I enjoy life. I feel like I'm on the road a lot, which is great. We have a lot of festivals coming up. Where do you keep getting that sauce from?
What sauce?
The back sauce.
Oh, from my pocket.
Oh.
I was all, what sauce? What are you seeing that I don't know?
It's a sauce.
You
You don't eat it, but it's a sauce.
From my pocket. My scrub pocket.
Ooh.
Do you like going out on the road? Like, is that your thing, or would you rather be home?
Both.
Okay.
I love where I live, but I love being able to do like an hour. It's great.
Emily's like, oh, yes. I know. I'm like, just give me the magic talking stick, please. Like, that's all I want. Yeah, it's hard to find time out here.
You just have to work. If you're a new comic, it's just find your group and just hold on. This is it. I have to concentrate on my breathing. Hold on. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So you just have to find your group and just go up every night. And
Yeah.
just hit open mics. And eventually you do less open mics, you start getting shows. And then eventually you just start getting more shows and open mics. And then you just don't have to do open mics. But you still do them, but you don't have to.
Right. Now, does your dog go with you on the road?
If I could drive.
Okay. What kind of dog?
A Doberman Pinscher.
Oh,
What's her name?
what's her name?
Lecca.
Where'd that come from?
Pee-wee's Playhouse?
I was gonna say the Mecca
Lecca Hi, Mecca Heidi Ho.
All right.
Yeah, you don't see the Pee-wee Herman tattoo of Jobby I have on my arm?
I do. I see it now. Okay.
And his bike, a Pee-wee's bike.
Oh, okay. Look at you.
And then the Satan's Helpers. You ever heard of the Satan's Helpers?
No.
Nobody hit me to those, dude. That's from Pee-wee's Playhouse. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, God. I haven't seen that in so long. Like,
Oh? Well, good. Good.
Is there a scene with him, like, in the bathtub? Or is that... No, that's a different movie.
No, he's in a bathtub.
Okay, and then I remember the bike, and I remember the fat, like, little Huey Lewis kid, and that's about all. Oh, and a dinosaur. There's a dinosaur somewhere in there.
Such a great film. Such a great film. Oh, all these toxins. So many.
So many toxins.
Oh, my nose is full of toxins. I can hear it squeaking. Hold on. Listen to this, audience.
Awesome.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like to not be able to breathe. I feel like I'm so sick right now. Toxins.
Do you want something to blow your nose with?
No, it's all dry. It's toxins. You can't get toxins out. Here, rub my lower back so I can sit up for a second.
All right.
Just to do like the butt area, the buttula.
The bachelor. Got it. All right.
What what other what's like the I don't know what I'm gonna ask. I got toxins in my brain right now.
They're just ruining all your thoughts. They're getting you.
You lead this. This should be videotaped. That's what it should
Okay, that's funny that you said that because I've been toying with the idea of videoing it.
This should be a video podcast.
But I don't know if... I mean, I guess people would agree to it.
I think it's that you edit this, you edit it, and you turn this into like a 15-minute TV show. This is fantastic. This is a real fun way for you to interview people, get some real funny stuff. Because you'll getting Bert Kreischer on here, like, oh yeah, this is what and like Tony Hanks going, oh, this is great. Ow, it hurts right there. You can break me in half. And then fucking like Tripoli, like, what, bro? Fuck, bro, yeah, bro. So the lizard people have given me tension in my shoulders. Then you get me talking about, like, getting fucked in the ass by a 7 dildo that nobody ever gets the reference to, yet I keep saying it at shows.
One day. And
somebody gets it, always every show, but then that one guy
You're the guy.
is a fan forever.
There you go.
Big J. Okerson said that. He goes, you have this obscure reference at a show. The whole audience might not get it, but, like, a few people do.
That's funny. Bing Chow was telling me that, too, because I was just talking... Because that's, I was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was talking about, like, how when I have sex, I look at my toenails, and if they're chipped, it freaks me out. And I'm like, oh, my God, hurry up and finish, because I got to fix my toenails. And he's like, have you ever done that on stage? And I'm like, no. And he's like, you're going to find one woman who's going to be like, yes, I understand that. And he's like, she'll be a fan for life. I'm like, okay.
Dude, I got on this kick maybe, like January. I was like, I'm going to grow my toenails out.
No.
Oh, man. A lot of them have gone to the wayside. The big toe on the left foot is the only one hanging on. I look like a lost boy.
Doesn't it hurt when you put it in, like, when you
No,
work
but
out?
it chipped. It chipped, and I don't want to cut it. It's, like, bad. It's a bad chip, too. Probably looks horrible. I went to do yoga the other day, and the yoga instructor was this very cute girl. I felt like we were vibing a little bit. And she was like, here, let me help you stretch. And she put that foot up there. And that big toe with that chip in it was right by her eyeball. Needless to say, she did give me her number. No, she didn't give me her number. Dude, she was probably like, I'll fuck that. Oh, no, I'm not fucking him. Look at his foot.
He's going to scratch the hell. I'm going to lose blood. Scar for life.
I could have just told her, I go, that's just the way it calluses. It's the way it grows. It grows like that because of the way I walk.
Because I'm not.
I need orthotics and I can't afford them.
Because that's what every woman wants to hear.
I want to fuck a guy that has orthotics.
They can't even afford orthotics.
Oh, God. Just feel how bad my lower back is. I tweaked it a few weeks ago doing CrossFit, doing something I said I'd never do, which is compete with somebody. And I did after 5 years. I really hurt it on a snatch. And it's on that left lower back area.
How you don't do snatches?
I did it. Now I don't do them at all anymore. I'll never do them again.
Or snatches.
Well, I think the Russians are making it.
Collusion for snatches.
The Russians, like, they're really good at it, so they can have it. I don't think a 38-year-old comedian should be doing snatches. Like, I say that, like, on stage, it's like, why am I doing it? For what? Like, I'm 38 years old. It's Olympic-style weightlifting.
Yes.
Like, why am I doing it? Gymnastics at 38? And I say, like, regular people. You look at the class, and it's all, like, regular people.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, guidance counselors, shit like that. Like,
They all drive Priuses.
You know, like, the guidance counselor at your kid's middle school is just, ah! Like, Miss Haggerty's fucking chucking up some heavy pounds, man.
I don't know. I do think it's funny, though, that for the Olympic, because she took the Olympic weight training class, and it's snatches, cleans, and jerks. And I'm all, that just sounds like the dirtiest ones you could possibly find. Like, oh, look at that clean snatch, you jerk.
No, the names are a little, the names are a little stupid. And everything about, like, I don't hang out with the people. I'm not about the fellowship. I literally just, like, I'm just trying to look good naked. You know what I mean? And, like, I want to go into 40 looking the best, which I am. I'm not going to lie. Like, even with this gray hair and this fucking, fucking mucus sound. I sound like mucus.
No, you don't.
From, like, cold and flu medication commercials. You know what I mean? Like, every commercial. I am actually the voice of mucus in one of those Mucinex commercials. I'm like, oh, no.
Are you really?
Yeah, I go, oh, no. I do a lot of voiceover.
I could see that. It's your fucking voice.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, the first time I ever like listened to you was on Kill Tony. We were there in the audience, and I'm all, who is that, and how can I get him to talk to me more? And then
I'll rub him.
I will touch him and
I'll
make
rub
him
him and put it on iTunes. Oh. Actually, funny story. So I about my voice when I was here. Let me put my head back down. Get back in that. Oh fuck yeah! But lay it back down, y'all. When I used to work at this restaurant when I was like 19 years old, I got a job. I came back from Europe. I was in Europe for a while. I came back and I got a job at this shitty like Ruby Tuesdays-esque restaurant. And there was this girl. There was like a group of kids that all hung out there. They were all my age, degenerate type kids. I had no direction, just wanted to do drugs and party. And this girl says to me, "You sound like Harvey Fierstein." Like a young Harvey Fierstein. And I didn't like it then. And then years go by, I maybe I heard comments before about my voice, but never such a direct, like, breakdown of it.
Right.
And then I started doing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles in August of 2000 and, well, I actually did it before. Like, I'd say, like, June. So my 10-year anniversary is coming up in June. One of the dates. I always say August 1st, 2008 is the day I started stand-up, but it was prior to that. But that was when I dedicated myself, August 1st. Okay. That's the date I moved to Los Angeles. So, not on 2008, I moved there a year ahead of time. Long story short, one time I went to do the Comedy Store open mic, and I got up, and Dean Gelber was there. Dean is the old GM.
Okay.
And he used to sit in the back. Tommy used to sit in the booth and judge everybody, and you study your set and steal money from the club.
No.
And then
Cookie.
And then Dean was just he was like the GM. And whenever I did a set, it did go very well. Maybe I got a couple laughs because I was garbage. And Dean, I walked by Dean. He's sitting in those back booths, and he goes, dude, I really like your voice. And I was like, I thought he was talking about my comedic voice. So I was sorry. So I was like, yeah, I got a point of view and a perspective. And he goes, no, the sound of your voice.
No, you do have a fantastic voice. But it's funny because we were just talking last night. I was like, I don't have one of those jokes that where I get up and I'm like, I know I look like da-da-da-da-da-da. And then this kid was like, well, just go on Reddit Roast and put your picture up there and, you'll get a bunch of them. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have the self-esteem to even pretend to do that. But it's nice when somebody is like, oh, you sound like or you look like, and you're like, okay. Unless they say something and you're like, no, I don't want to look like that. Please don't say that again.
People used to say I looked like David Schwimmer, and I hated that.
I could see that.
And Ben Stiller.
I can't see that one as
Not anymore, but I used to.
When I was young,
yeah.
I was always Liv Tyler, and I'm like, nah.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
That's a great compliment.
I'm like, you guys are blind. There's something wrong with you. Like,
I can see it. I can see it.
Walking through, like, the blind community. There's a bird by where I work, and he whistles at me. He's all, woo, woo. I walk by him like 4 times a day. I'm like, hey, bird, whistle at me.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
It's stupid. I decided to do stand-up on, like, my 32nd birthday, so I told John, I was like, find somewhere, because I don't do the homework, and so I went and did haha, $5 for 5 minutes, just because I wanted to, and it was my birthday, and then I didn't do it again for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I was massaging, his name's Derek Mears. He's been in a shit ton of movies. He was the last Jason in the Friday the 13th. Nicest guy ever. And I was at his house, and we were just cracking up. It was a private massage. He was paying me, and I felt fucking bad. And he's like, Joy, you're funny. You should do stand-up. And I'm like, I did it once. And then he called the guy he did stand-up classes with, and he got me in. So then I did stand-up classes with Tom Clark like 2 years later. And then I did the Wittiest Woman at Flappers, and I got like second in the semifinals. And then now it's just me trying to do something.
That's great.
So I don't really know, like a year maybe, like hardcore, where I actually go and do open mics and, get home at 3 in the morning and have to take the kids to school at 6. And I'm like, oh, fuck, why am I doing this?
Yeah, I get it. You gotta love it. If you love it, it's not work, it's worth it.
It's so much fun. Like, I've never done drugs, so like when I get off, I'm like, oh my god, I'm high, like I'm floating. And yeah, that's how I do it. But what made you start? Like, what was the, like, oh, I'm funny, or were you...
So when I was like 6 years old, my dad was watching Comic Relief, which was the big fundraiser for the homeless that Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, and Whoopi Goldberg did. And I was watching a George Carlin set. Yeah, dude, get the head, dude.
All right, I give good head.
Oof.
I've been told. I do good hand jobs, too.
This is fantastic. So, I just remember watching Carlin as a kid and thinking that was like the coolest thing ever. And I asked my dad what it was. He explained it. And so I was always like kind of like an outgoing kid. So I just, that was what I wanted to do. But music just came a lot easier. It was just something that it didn't take work. Music, it just came very, very easy to me.
Okay.
So I kept pursuing that. But I was always the funny guy in school and in class and knew how to break up a room or whatever. And then, so I did that. And then I was in bands. But I wanted to do stand-up. I wanted to start when I was 18. And when I was 18, me and a buddy went to find an open mic, but we just ended up at like a Tower Records and just hung out there. So I never did an open mic until one night when I was like all high on cocaine at like 26. And I came home and I was like, I'm finding an open mic. That's what I'm doing. And I found one. It was at a club in Virginia on like Wednesday and Thursday at Wiseacres at Tyson's Corner. So that day, then I went to bed. Then 2 days later, I went down there. I wrote like 5 things down. And then I went on stage and just did like a blatant Dane Cook ripoff type shit. But I did it. And I did it like a few more times in D.C., but I was drinking. I said I was a comic, but I didn't have any material. I mean, I was garbage. Right. And then I moved to L.A. with the intention to be a comic, but I worked in television for half a year, and then I started going to open mics, and I found my group. Byron Bowers, Jerron Carmichael, Angelo Bowers, Jade, Shefsky, Rel Battle, Nate Hurd. A lot of guys, a lot of good people, a lot of really good people. And that was it. It was off to the races. Once I found that group, that's all you need is just your group, support system.
Right.
Then you can get through anything. You could bomb, and you could suck, you could grow, but you have people to build you up and help you.
Yeah, that bombing's no fun.
Well, we always bomb. I bomb now, but my bombing is different than, I can't really bomb. They cannot like me, but in my head, I can turn it where I'm winning. like, I'm having fun. If I'm having fun, then it's not a bomb.
Right.
You know, if the audience doesn't like my jokes or like me, I can't stop that. All I can do is just be me.
Did you have a hard time finding who you were? Or did
No,
you just know?
but I walk on stage and people see me and they hear my voice, the way that I dress, and the way that I look. You know, a lot of people don't want to like me right away.
Really?
I think so. I've had people say that before. They didn't want to, they were like, I didn't think you were going to be funny. Then, man, oh man.
That's awesome.
You were. Like, this guy went up there. The girl said that to me at New Faces in Montreal in 2013. Oh. This French lady.
Nice.
She goes, I saw you came out, and I was like, I am not going to like this guy. And you are so funny.
That's awesome. See, mine is you get on stage and you look like this innocent mom, and then you open your mouth and everybody's like, what did you just say?
Yeah. You have to be you.
Yeah.
That's the key to this. Just be yourself.
That's a hard, I don't know. For me, that was a hard thing to do.
You just have to, find your voice. Get up as much as you can. You're a year into stand-up. It's like you don't know anything yet.
Yeah, totally.
Ugh.
And I can't, tell an audience member, take off your shirt, I'm going to rub you with lotion, because I'm way more confident doing this. Because I'm in my groove. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm doing. The muscles are all the same.
Ugh.
I've got this. I've always told people my first Netflix special, I'm going to bring people on stage and massage them. And then just crowd work the hell out of them.
Oh, this is great. This is such a good idea.
Man, your traps, though.
Are they bad?
They're just tight. I mean, I don't want to say, oh yeah, your muscles are bad. They're just tight. You can tell you use them.
Ugh. What?
I don't know. I think I say things that come out wrong. No, I know I do.
No, it made sense.
It
you
did,
tell
right?
you use them.
Yeah. It's just funny to watch her talk to people sometimes because she'll say something that you know she didn't intend to say, and then she tries to backpedal, and you can see her pressing the delete button in her brain. I'm like, no, it's out there. We all heard it.
It's done.
You don't get to edit this one away. You're just making it worse now.
That's why I write novels, because I can edit that shit. I can make my main character say some fucked up stuff and be like, no, just kidding. We're going to get rid of that now. But it feels better. I mean, your muscles are responding. It's not like they're fighting me.
Breathing.
That's your only job. Haven't lost one yet. It's been 11 years.
I just hope you edit some of this downtime, because there's a lot of time of me like,
I like that. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do, because the other ones I all have that are edited. Because you can go through and just hit a button that it says anything longer than 3 seconds. It's like pop, 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 and it takes it all out and makes it all fluid.
yeah.
So I have that, and then some of them I just let them go, because I don't know. It's more, I don't know. I like the organic, or they're concentrating, or I'm concentrating because I found a knot, so I'm not talking as much because I'm working on something. I don't know. I don't know where this is going yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I know I'm going to do something with it. I just don't know what yet.
Shoot it.
Yeah.
Oh, got my nose.
You're almost done.
No, guy, you have so much more to do.
You almost survived. That's another thing. I want to get shirts that say I survived joy. I survived an hour with joy. Hey, it's moving. Hey, I told you I give good head.
That's fantastic.
See, and you said you're old and you're 38. I'm right behind you.
I'm not old.
No, you're not.
But I just have some old people problems.
I get that.
Back, muscles, gray hair.
Don't have that yet.
It's coming.
Thanks. I'll be 37 in July.
It's in the mail.
It can go on back order. I don't know. See? Don't you feel good?
Yeah, fantastic.
Press on you, and you'll be...
Ugh.
Now, do you want to do, I don't know when this is going out. Do you want to do social media?
Follow me at Josh Adam Meyers on all social media. JoshAdamMyers.com. MEYERS. Follow the geek. Never mind. I don't care. Forget the rest of it. Just follow me And then everything else, oh, show up.
No, I was thinking you have you have the initials Jam, right?
So weird.
Mine was Jess before I got married because I was Joy Eileen Simpson.
How long have you been divorced?
I haven't been divorced yet. When I was married, or before I was married. Did I say when I was married? Yeah, no, before. Ooh, the Freudian slip. Sorry, John.
Oh.
Oh, I'm Barnett now. But my mom, when my brother was little, before he was born, she wanted to name him Adam. And then my grandpa was like, I want his middle name to be Sam because my dad's name is Sam and my grandpa's name was Sam. It's short for stupid ass man. And my mom wrote that one. I can't keep it. And my mom's like, no, because he would be Adam Samuel Simpson and his initials would be ass. So I'm like, you should have kept it. Like... It works for him.
Do you do the same shit on every person?
No, I don't think I've ever given the same massage twice. I mean, I hit the same spots, but no, if I find a knot or something, I go for that.
What is a knot?
Knot is, okay, easiest way to describe it is your muscle is these little filaments and it has a sheath around it. And you know how when you put spaghetti in water and you don't stir it, it sticks together?
Uh-huh.
It's exactly what a knot looks like. It's just those put together and you have to break up the fascia.
You want to know how you break up the pasta?
Half.
Put olive oil in the container with it after you cook it.
But
No, serious. That's what I did. I made pasta yesterday for the first time, so I FaceTimed my mom.
Aww.
She's like my maid chef.
All right. Relax. Don't get up slow. Or get up slowly.
Oh my God. I don't want this to be over. I'll tip you if you